Thanks for tuning in. Hi, I'm Beth Keener from HXGN TV. In a controlled test environment, WDO Delta and Imagem have attained a self-regulating water system using machine learning, a first of its kind in the Netherlands. Well, today we have with us Jeroen Wanders, Innovation Advisor at WDO Delta, and Patrick de Groot, and he's the Business Development Director at Imagem, to tell us a bit more about this exciting project and its results. Hello,
Yes.
gentlemen.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you.
Nice to be here.
Yes, wonderful. I mean, Vegas is the place to be, they say.
It
I
is.
think for
True.
Hexagon,
It's
for
true.
HXGN Live.
It's true.
All right, well, let's get started. Jeroen, I'd like to start with you, please. If you
Yeah.
could give us an overview of the role of water boards in the Netherlands.
Well, yes. At this moment, we have 21 water boards in the Netherlands,
Wow.
and we are all government agencies. And by law, we are obligated to provide flood defense, water management, and wastewater treatment to the civilians of the Netherlands.
Right. Wow. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Very concise. And Patrick, if you could explain how geospatial technology is being used internally by water boards, that would be wonderful.
Sure. Well, it's used in a number of ways. One is actually mapping the whole area,
Okay.
making sure that it's collected where waterways are, where dikes are, where sludges are, all that kind of stuff. Then, of course, it's also used to analyze what's going on. And one of the examples is to analyze the ingrowth in waterways to keep the water flowing, but also detect unwanted activity, for example, and make sure that the right measures are taken to make sure the water system stays intact.
Okay. And Jeroen, back to you. You recently, WDO Delta actually recently solved field issues using machine learning fused with Hexagon geospatial technology.
correct, yeah.
I want you to tell us about this use case.
Yeah, it's okay. Well, as Patrick said, ingrowth in waterways is a natural process, but it blocks water flow. So to control the water, the state of the waterways, lots of our employees go outside to check the waterways. It's labor intensive, it takes a lot of time, lots of money. So we try to see what can machine learning and satellite data provide for us to make that effort less and the results better.
Absolutely. And Patrick, how can machine learning help in solving this problem?
Well, basically, what a satellite image does is it takes a picture of a large area, and those pixels, those individual pixels, hold information about what's going on. And when you apply a machine learning model to that, and you combine that with inspection on the ground, you can actually learn a model what to look for, and decide whether or not a waterway is clean or has a certain level of ingrowth that needs inspection and ultimately cleaning.
Okay.
And together, we derive that model and put it into practice.
And Jeroen, what does this bring to the water board?
Yeah, well, it takes less effort to control the total area of our water board. It's a huge area, 2,500 square kilometers,
Wow.
and you have to do it by people, and it's undoable. So less people needed, the costs are less, and we have a better quality of our water system, and that's the priority. We have to guarantee water management, and it's very supporting in that task.
Well, let's go beyond keeping water flowing. What can machine learning do for water boards?
Well, machine learning basically is part of the fourth industrial revolution. It's the path we're on where machines actually take over more and more of human decision making.
Right.
And one of the things that we can also do with machine learning is detect things that arise in a certain area. And with that, we've seen a lot of good results. For example, to check existing data. As we mentioned in the very first question, we're doing mapping of the area, but sometimes that mapping is off because a waterway was dug or it was entrenched. And at some point, you want to check whether your mapping is still current with the actual situation. And what we've seen is that we can also use machine learning to detect where there are errors in our map making.
Wow.
So that's one of the things that we do with machine
Just
learning.
one, right?
Yeah,
Of many, I'm sure.
there are many. Yeah, and we've only just begun.
Yes.
That's fabulous. Your own, so WDO Delta specifically, how has Hexagon Geospatial Technology and Imagem helped you solve your problems?
Well, we are talking to Patrick a lot, lots of times every year, and mainly to see, can things be done differently?
Right.
And that's well, we are also using the Hexagon software, but Imagem proves to be a partner to develop tooling, which works real fine for us.
Okay, gentlemen, I have one final question for you. How has climate change affected you at WDO Delta, and what are you guys doing about it?
Well, it has a huge effect. Drought and extreme weather conditions occur more often. So we want to predict where the problems will be. Where do we have to go and at what time? So we can prevent or support the civilians with countermeasures.
Yes, absolutely. And Patrick, what about you?
Of course, we see what's happening, and we try to come up with solutions to, at the one hand, predict what will happen, and on the other hand, try to prevent serious situations occurring. And one of the examples of that is that we created a solution where we can predict where rainfall, serious rainfall, will actually go into the ground directly, and on what surfaces it will stay, and those surfaces are most prone to flooding. So when you've got that into a smart map in this case, then it's easy to predict where you should take measurements in order to prevent bigger problems from happening.
That sounds great. Well, gentlemen, we appreciate you being with us today. Thank you for sharing your insights with us. And for those of you out there who would like more information about today's topic, visit www.imaginemnl.com. Or to watch additional episodes or learn more, visit hxgnspotlight.com. Thanks again for tuning in.